Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, James Sweeney, coming at you this Wednesday afternoon from the Modern Wall Street studio here in New York City. And it's been a very long day. Investors taking in the Fed statement, earnings in full swing, and I was up way too late last night to watch my Mets lose Game 1 of the World Series. Great game of baseball. But it's also time for me to wake up because it's nearly 4 o'clock. The markets, they're about to close. And there's also Game 2 tonight. So grab yourself a drink and cheers. It's happy hour here in the Big Apple. U.S. stocks trying to hold on to gains Wednesday afternoon, briefly turning lower in choppy trade as investors take in and dissect the Fed's statement for any indications on the timing of a rate hike. Now, to no surprise, the Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged in its statement released at the conclusion of its two-day meeting. In addition, earnings season continuing with PayPal, Yelp, and Western Digital, all amongst those due to report after today's closing bell, while Apple's stock must be mentioned in the headlines and soaring following earnings that beat expectations on both the top and bottom lines. The iPhone maker stock briefly trading 3% higher. At the same time, there was also economic data today. Weekly mortgage applications down 3.5% on a seasonally adjusted basis. Also, U.S. advanced September goods trade deficit $58.63 billion. You team that with the euro weakening against the dollar and crude oil extending gains to trade more than 6% higher today. After the government reported crude stocks rose last week, but gasoline and distillate inventories fell, then you have yourself a session this afternoon where 4 stocks have risen for every decliner over at the big board. Let's take a look now to see how the markets are shaping up to close out this trading session. And in corporate news, Hyatt Hotels in talks to buy Starwood Hotels and Resorts in a deal that is said to be as little as a week away. This even after shares of Starwood continuing to jump on reports that at least 3 Chinese firms are competing to win government approval for a bid on the hotel operator. And if you want more corporate news, check out our earlier ModernWallStreet.com Market Movers report with our very own Lelda Smits. And we're going to end now on sports. Yes, last night was a long game, but for those of you that may or may not like baseball, yesterday's game was fundamentally sound. Great to watch for a fan or non-fan, and hopefully it got you hooked. And yes, the Mets lost in 14 innings. But remember this, every single time the Mets have been to the World Series, they never won Game 1. And tonight, I feel good, because we have our best pitcher on the mound. I expect total degramination tonight, and I expect to be a lot more awake than I am now, because they should win. For ModernWallStreet.com, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Let's go Mets, and hopefully I keep a smile on my face.